Hello there. This is Vision Eternity Ministries, and my name is Lee Klein. We are talking about standing before Jesus that day, really knowing what he's thinking now before he gets here, so that when we stand before him that day, we're not going to be in the dark. We're not going to be surprised and hear him say, "Away from me, I never knew you." Because right now, he's telling us his heart, what he's thinking, what he knows is going to happen. And so let's give him praise and glory for that, Jesus. Thank you so much for telling us before it happens what's going to happen. Thank you. Thank you so much for warning us, for showing us your heart, for being here with us right now. We love you and praise you. Give you all the glory. I am so excited to know what he's thinking, his heart. I said that today when he gave me this message. I said, God, I am so honored. I feel so privileged to know what you're thinking. It just excites me to know what's on his mind, to not be ignorant of him, what he's thinking, like sitting in a room with someone and they never tell you what's on their mind. I'm so excited. That's not Jesus. He wants you to know. So he was talking to me this morning. I heard him say, "Feed my sheep." And John 21, verse 15. When they had eaten, Jesus said to Simon Peter, son of John, "Do you love me more than these others do?" With reasonings, intentional spiritual devotion, as one loves the Father. And this is the Amplified Classic Bible. He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you, that I have a deep, instinctive, personal affection for you. As for a close friend," Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." Again, he said to him the second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" With reasoning, intentional, spiritual devotion, as one loves the Father. And he said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you, that I have a deep, instinctive, personal affection for you. As for a close friend," he said to him, "Shepherd, tend to my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" With a deep, instinctive, personal affection for me, as for a close friend. Peter was grieved, was saddened and hurt that he should ask him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you, that I have a deep, instinctive, personal affection for you, as a close friend." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep." Jesus's heart, what he was showing me today is, so often we say we love him, but really our lives are about us. And we have no idea his heartache, what's so very, very important to him. And he's saying, if you love me, you're going to do my work. You're going to feed my sheep. You're not going to go to church every week and just sit there and then go home again. The instruction, the teaching that we have, that we know, he's saying, don't keep it to yourself. Go feed my sheep. Go tell them. Go tell them about your Jesus. That's what he's saying. But the other thing he's saying is, stop worrying about all the things that concern you. When you take care of my things, I'm going to take care of yours. I'm going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about things, temporal things. If there's something to be concerned about, I'll let you know. And so what he's saying is, you take care of my stuff, I'll take care of your stuff. You feed my sheep, And I'll make sure all your needs are met. I'll make sure you know what to say. I'll make sure that whatever it is you need along the way, I will make sure your needs are met. I'll do whatever you ask. If you abide in me and I abide in you, ask what you will, it'll be done for you. I always think of when Jesus fed everyone. The disciples were like, let's send him off. Jesus said no. He was doing the Father's work, so the Father was going to give him whatever he asked. He said, Father, thank you for this food, and he multiplied it, and it fed over 5,000. So Jesus is saying, just trust me. Lay it down. Just let it go. You take care of my stuff, I'll take care of your stuff. Feed my sheep. Put all the other things aside that you're giving so much attention to. And feed my sheep. And I'll take care of you. Ask whatever you will. If you love me, right? He knows. He knows if you really love him. Like Peter said, why are you asking me again? If you love me, and this is after Jesus came back, after he was crucified. He was saying, feed my sheep. I'm leaving now and depending on you to feed my sheep. Do what I was doing. He's saying if you really, really love him, you won't be sitting on the sidelines. You'll be feeding his sheep. And this is one of the main things that people are avoiding. Like their commune. What do I have to do to enter into eternal life? Jesus said, sell your stuff. Give it to the poor and follow me. Man, he didn't not want to do that. He didn't want to let go of his worldly possessions. He still just wanted to do what he wanted to do. And he gave up eternal life. And the same thing is happening today. God is saying, put your stuff aside, follow me. Feed my sheep. And it seems too hard. It seems like he's asking too much. What about me? What about my life? What about my stuff? And really, if you're entering into eternal life, if that's the plan for you, if that's your plan, if that's what you want to do, then eventually you got to leave it anyway. And if you really love him, you'll say, yes, Lord. I'm putting it aside for you. I'm going to feed your sheep. I want to care about what you care about. I want to be here for you. I want to be here for you, Lord. Can you say that? Can you put your stuff aside? Or if he asks you, are you grieved? And then really, do you love him? You thought you did? Have you had intimate worship with him? But then what about when he tells you what's on his heart? When you say, anything, Lord, I'll do anything for you. He's going to give you something to do. And maybe you'll wish that you didn't say anything, Lord. Or you might think it's going to be too hard. Or it's impossible. And it is. It's impossible for you, but with him, you can do it. With God, all things are possible. And the other way you could feel is excited that he would call you to do his work, to be involved in his life. That's how I felt. And seriously, me? Okay, are you sure? And then it got kind of rough. And then kind of long, where no one wants to hear. And I think that's why I just think when he said, "Do you love me? Feed my sheep." It's not that easy because people aren't perceptive. But now he's saying the harvest is plenty and the workers are few. And he's saying, yesterday we talked about getting your house in order. Get your house in order. Study to show yourself approved. Talk about. And now he's saying, feed my sheep. You got to this place. You love me. Feed my sheep. And Peter did. He did what he was supposed to do. Jesus left. And I just think how that really leaves an impression. And I hope it does for you today. Do you really love me? Yeah, I know you say you do. But do you love me enough to just feed my sheep? To put your plans, your dreams aside and feed my sheep? That leaves an impression. I think that left an impression on Peter and the other disciples. Do you love him? Then you're going to do his work without excuse. You're going to say, yes, I'll go to jail for you. I'll go to prison with you. Whatever it takes. I love you. And Jesus knows your intentions are good. He knows that. And he told Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. And Peter did. And now he's making it really clear. You got to this place. If you love me, you're going to go for me. You take care of my stuff, I'll take care of your stuff. So that's the message I have for you today. If you love me, you're going to follow me. You're going to do what I'm asking you to do. When you go for him, whatever you need, ask him. Whatever you need, ask. He said, you have not because you ask not. Ask him. Say, Lord, I need to know. How's this going to work out? Lord, I need this security right here. I need to know this. Whatever you need to know, whatever you need, he's saying, ask me. Ask me. Don't live in the dark, but ask. If you never made Jesus the Lord of your life, Revelation 3:20, he's knocking at the door of your heart. And if you would heed his voice, he would come and live on the inside of you. If you heed his voice. If you love him. Jesus said, if you love me, you'll do. If you'll keep my commands. And so then he said he'd dine with you. It means he's going to sit with you, just like he did the disciples. And you're going to talk. You're going to fellowship. Revelation 3:19, he said, he corrects those that he loves. So you got to be willing to have correction. Let him teach you. Even by saying, do you love me? It's a teaching. Wow. Now that you put it that way, right? If I love you, then I'm going to do this thing. Okay. I learned something today, right? He's going to teach you. He's going to correct you. He's going to convict you. He's going to remind you of what he said. He's going to tell you things to come. And so, if that's you, if you want to be engaged with him, if you want to prepare the way for him, if you love him and you want to feed his sheep, he wants to raise you up. He wants to teach you. He wants to provide for you what you need. He wants you to ask him what you need. Jesus, we're asking you to come, live on the inside of us, be our God. Sit with us, dine with us, teach us, tell us what you're thinking. We want to be a part of your life. We want to feed your sheep. We want to do your work. We submit to you. We commit to you. Love you and praise you and give you all the glory. If you said that prayer, I'd love it so much if you let me know if you said that prayer. Then get on your knees every day. Look at the word, John 1:1. He is his word. And look at it and then do it to be sure that he stays living on the inside of you, right? Because if you love me, you'll obey me. If you heed my voice, I'll live on the inside of you. So if you don't heed his voice, he's not living on the inside of you. If you ignore him and reject him, he's not there. He's going to move out. Thank you so much for listening today. God bless you.